or looks or sounds distracted at the time, because he's looking at himself. He's got a vest on because the sun is kind of shining. It's not since we last did the YouTube video I realised how pale I am next to Scott. I'm looking at the moment, and honestly, it is ridiculous.
I was actually going to have a sunbed today, and now looking at me in this Pete's tablet, which we are filming the YouTube videos on, it's a good job I don't.
It's outrageous. It looks more like the orange foam roller on the vest.
Yeah. If you're watching on YouTube, can you tell the difference between my arm and the foam roller?
And can you tell the difference between my face and the wall?
Yeah. But yes, shall we touch on the free challenge before we move on?
Doing Joe, let's have a light touch.
Yes, so it starts on Monday. We are filming this podcast on Wednesday, so there's a few days. We will be adding everyone to the group Friday. I think we've got about 35 people. So yeah, looking forward to getting started. If you're unsure what this free challenge involves, do you want to cover your side of things again, and then I'll touch on the nutrition side again?
Well, firstly, if you're unsure what it involves, it's free.
Yeah, so it doesn't
just
matter.
join up.
Yeah.
Seriously. We're not going to start pestering you all the time. But yeah, come along and have a look. My side of things, I'm going to put 5 fitness challenges together. Just to show you a different side of training, something you might not have done in the gym before. More athlete, strength and conditioning type of training that you'll see in most commercial gyms. So it might give you a little bit of an insight into different training techniques and different movements that you've not done before. Using kettlebells and barbells and body weight and things. It's not all about beasting and thrashing you or anything like that. It's just opening your eyes and giving you a little platform to learn some basic movements that might benefit you going forward from, really. And putting them together in a little challenge, getting people to upload themselves performing movements, see if I can give some little critiques and analysis, and just help you out with a bit of your own training in the long run, training-wise. Nutrition-wise?
Nutrition-wise, so I'm basically going to teach you everything you need to know about the basics of losing body fat. So if you don't have a clue what a calorie deficit is, by the end of the week you will know what a calorie deficit is. If you don't know how to structure your meals throughout the day, by the end of the week you will know how to structure your meals. If you don't know how to increase your activity levels away from the gym, you will know how to increase your activity levels away from the gym. And if you don't know how to increase your protein, we're going to increase your protein. That's how we will go along for the full week. And similar to Pete, there'll be some challenges, there'll be some tasks to make it fun. But also, something we both want to stress is the importance of the group and the Facebook group in general. I had a call with someone who is doing the challenge yesterday. He knows everything about nutrition, well, not everything, he knows about nutrition, he knows about setting up calories, he knows about a calorie deficit, he knows how to train, but he struggles losing weight because there's no accountability. And I think that's just one of the things we both want to stress about the importance of these groups is it's a way of keeping you accountable. So if you, like we've said before, if you have to check in with us both and tell us whether you've done your training, whether you've increased your lifts, whether you've lost weight that week, you are more than likely to do it than if you are just doing it on your own. It's very easy to let yourself down. So like I said, nutrition wise, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know to produce a calorie deficit. But on top of the training, on top of the diet, there is the much important side of accountability.
Yeah, we've been running this coming up to 11 weeks now, is it? The Triple P, Physical Performance Plan. And that's one of the big takeaways from it we try to instill on people. It's just checking in when you're supposed to check in. Whether you've done right, whether you've done wrong. Just knowing full well that someone else is watching. You'll notice, we've spoken about before, how we were posting on social media to make us accountable for him. And it's our way of creating social media accountability. But it gives you a way now to do that. So you have me and Scott, and we check in every day, and you're in this group. You'll learn, there's a possibility if you do this free challenge, you'll learn more, this isn't blowing our own trumpet, than you've learned in the last 3 or 4 years in the gym. Because we'll teach you how to do things the proper way, things we pay thousands of pounds to study, and we do every single day of our lives. We'll pass that on to you, as much information as we can, in a week-long free challenge. There's no sort of obligation, you don't have to give us anything at the end. We're not asking for testimonials, referrals, anything like that. We're not talking about any of that. We do carry on with the plan afterwards, but this is just to give you an insight, let you see what we do, how we can help you, and maybe just point out a few things that you've been missing out on your own training or diet. If you've been plugging away for a while, or if you're brand new, we can save you a lot of wasted energy by teaching you how to do things properly and how to get to where you want to be. Because at the end of the day, 99% of people in the gym want to be stronger, fitter and leaner. Well, that's pretty much the be all and end all in the gym. There's not many people who try and be fatter, weaker and
I'm doing a good job of it.
Yeah, I'm trying my best, like, but I'm the 1%, the exception to the rule. But yeah, we do this for free. We enjoy doing it. We have a little play around on Facebook Live and we mess about a little bit on there just to give you a few different ideas. And yeah, come along, have some fun with it. It is designed for fun and you might learn a thing or two.
Yeah, just because it's a week-long free challenge, we don't hold anything back from it. So, obviously we don't give you an encyclopedia of stuff at the beginning. Pete will give you some general workout stuff to follow, some guidelines. I'll give you some basics from a nutrition point of view. But if you've got a question, we'll answer it. Whatever it may be, we literally answer. Like Pete said, we're in there every single day making sure everyone's okay. But we're in there every day answering every question. So we're not going to go, oh, well, we'll answer that in the 12-week plan. You have us, our full attention for 1 week. If you want to give us money at the end of that, great. If you don't, then just carry on following us on social media, listening to these podcasts and learning and developing that way. But like Pete said, it's free. It's 1 week out of your life. You will learn a lot, so you may as well join in. And if you think it's shit, then stop following us, stop listening to this, and never speak to us again. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, that's a good way to define who you want to follow on social media.
Yeah.
If you don't like us, and yeah, you probably wouldn't listen to this in the first place, alright?
Well, true.
You know, we've got like 8,000 followers now, if I multiply the followers by
All the fake
1,000.
ones. Yeah.
So yeah, we're pretty much taking over the world. It's going well. But yeah, that's it. We're not here to beg people to go on the challenge. It's up to you. But yeah, you'll enjoy it. Come along, give it a go. And we hope to see you on the Facebook group. If you are wondering how to do it, go on to either mine or Scott's Instagram. Our current links are for the Facebook group. If not, go onto our Facebook, send us a message. Go on to Twitter, find me, send me an email, comment on this post. Anything you want, we'll send you the link. However you want to do it, DM one of us, private message one of us, text message, we will add you in or we'll send you the link to do so. I've got a few people I need to send links out to today actually. And we'll do that, so we could up to 40.
Yeah, the link is literally to the private Facebook group, so I don't think it'll actually show anything or any information. Request to join, and then on Friday, we will accept everyone into the group, and then when you are accepted, there'll be a welcome video or a welcome post, and then we'll go from there, setting you up with everything you need to know, so you hit the ground running on Monday. Should we get into some educational stuff? Should we call it a day there?
Yeah, I mean, it's going quite well so far, this one, so maybe we should quit while we're at. Right, your subject that...
Right, so we're going to talk about the scales, using them, how you shouldn't use them, and so we've spoken a few times about how we both use the scales. We like using them as a tool. They are one of many tools of tracking your progress. So there's 3 main ones I use. I think Pete used them all 3 as well. Scale weight, a tape measure, and photos. Now, what has brought on this podcast in my private free fitness group, if you like, on Facebook, Anytime Fat Loss. Search a group and join.
Great plug.
Thank you very much. So on Monday, someone commented or someone posted how they'd been away for the weekend and put on £9. Now, I just commented saying, I think it was something like, it might have been you've not put on £5 or £9, or that isn't all body fat or something like that. And then the next day, I was speaking to a client of mine. She does my fat loss camp. Hello if you're listening. I won't mention names, but I'm sure you're listening. So she checks in with me every Friday morning. Because she does the evening fat loss camp. Obviously weighing people on an evening can be quite inaccurate. So I've given some of the people an option of weighing themselves in the morning and checking in with me. So it's more accurate and we can guide them from there. So on Friday, she had lost £8. All good, carry on. And then I saw her for a private session on Tuesday, and she said met a friend for lunch or whatever it was over the weekend, and she'd gained £1. Now, one, I don't think she should have been weighing herself anyway, but two, it's going to happen. You can't have meals out, nights out, or have freedom at the weekends and not expect to put weight on, but only scale weight, because it is going to happen. With this podcast, if you're looking it through my link, I'm actually going to post the 12-week progress of my transformation, because if we've spoken about it in podcasts, if you look at my weekends, there are massive spikes of 4 to 5 pounds, because I've had lower calorie Monday to Friday and then relaxed at the weekends, and my weight has gone up quite a lot. But I was taking my weight from Friday and Saturday when I was at my lightest and judging it by then. So if you are someone who wants to enjoy themselves at the weekend, then weighing yourself on a Monday or a Sunday could be one of the worst things you could ever do, because all you're going to do is freak out and shit yourself. So if that's what you want to do, then take your truest weight on Friday or Saturday. And then all the advice I gave to my client was, one, you've not put weight on. The goal now is to be lighter than you was last Friday. And if she is, then it's all good. If she isn't, then we need to either look at her calories or just try and draw back on what she actually did that weekend, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you might look at, say, on your 12-week transformation, do it every single day, weigh it in. You might think, well, every Saturday will equate to every Saturday, every Sunday will equate to every Sunday. But not every day is equal. So if you're dieting solidly, then yeah, your days might be equal Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
So we can judge it on them on Friday because it would be pretty standard. Whereas there's a lot of variables that come in at a weekend. The time you've been eating, like generally Monday to Friday, you probably eat at the same time every evening. You go through the same routine if you're seriously dieting. Then when it comes to the weekend, we don't really know what time you're eating, what process of digestion has gone on, how much stuff you've got in your body. People can weigh themselves sometimes after a night out and be dehydrated and then drink water and you've gained weight, and it can be all over the place. So just pick a point as a reference. Sometimes we will weigh every day ourselves, and I've encouraged people to do so just to educate themselves on how it moves about this. So to say that it will go up and down, to get the fluctuation, and to not always panic. If you're stepping on the scales at random times, if you're walking through Boots or you've come to the gym and you put a pound into the machine, it doesn't always equate if you're not doing it first thing in the morning, when you've got up, at like you say, your truest, lowest weight. It doesn't always pass over, so it's not something to worry about. Although we use the scales a lot, it's the first sort of port of call for us. We can spot when something's going majorly wrong if the scales are well out. But they're not the be all and end all. Like we say, we'll do measurements and we'll use pictures because scale weight will vary. If we can be consistent, luckily with our profession, we'll generally train people at the same time most weeks. So you can roughly gauge what's going on. If I have a client on a Wednesday morning and they come in every Wednesday morning, it's not going to be a million miles away from there. But if you're taking a Friday weigh-in and comparing it to a Monday weigh-in and then comparing it to a Tuesday evening weigh-in and then comparing it to a Saturday afternoon weigh-in when you're in town with your clothes on, they're not the same. They're not the same standard. And it might say 2 kilos up on one scale. It might say a couple of pounds down on another. Try and stay consistent with it. Use the same scales in the same position at about the same time, and it'll just give you the best idea. It's like when we take measurements of the waist, we will measure around the waist. We don't move up 2 centimetres and down 2 centimetres and to the left and to the right, and how we move to the left, I'm not sure. But we don't change that. That doesn't give us the same measurement. We're trying to equate everything, make everything as consistent as possible. Measuring body composition is quite difficult. So we try and use everything we can with as much consistency as possible. Weight, measurements, pictures, we'll always stand in the same background, we'll stand at the same distance, just to make things comparative. If you're weighing yourself on a Monday morning, and that could have nothing to do with your Friday weight, unless you've done diet through the weekend, you've not gone out, you can have a little look. But yeah, you don't worry too much about it.
Yeah, I just want to highlight what can exactly cause your weight to go up. So firstly, carbohydrates, it's not carbohydrates making you fat, carbohydrates are stored in the muscle. So say you've gone Monday to Friday, very low carbohydrate, your muscles are depleted of carbohydrate, therefore you'll potentially weigh a lot lighter, which is why you lose a lot of weight on low carb diets. So straight away. So if you have a high carb meal or weekend, them carbs, or the majority of them, will be stored in your muscle. Those carbohydrates draw water into the muscle also. So it's a mixture of both carbohydrates and water, which again, when you completely drop carbs from a diet, the muscle gets depleted, you lose a lot of water weight, and that is shown on the scale, which makes people think a low carb diet is amazing. It doesn't relate to fat loss, it's purely carbohydrates and water, and that weight you are losing or gaining. Now again, at the weekend you are probably eating a higher volume of food, so you have more food in the system. I don't have to spell that out to you, but you have more food in the system. So we've now got carbs in the muscle, water in the muscle, and food in the system. So that's 3 ways of your weight going up. Absolutely none of it body fat. And then probably the 4th, which we also need to mention, especially for females, well, only for females,
Yeah, not especially.
is
if it's what I'm thinking.
is weight gain around the menstrual cycle. Leading up to your period, your weight loss may potentially stall, or it may go up through water retention. So you need to be aware of that. Now, I know because you get very hormonal, it can be very hard to handle, but if you know it's going to happen, and it will, because it happens all the time, funnily enough it happens once a month, you can mentally prepare yourself for that. I don't understand it because I'm not female, but I still have female clients getting down about their weight not moving around their period, even though for the last year it's happened every single month. We know it's going to happen every single month, and we allow for it every single month. But so they're the 4 ways your weight may not drop or go up, and absolutely 0 of it be body fat. And as long as you're aware of that and allow for it, you can gauge your weight loss and your fat loss a whole lot better.
Yeah, there's no point worrying if you've had a massive meal and you suddenly weigh more. Like, it's going to happen. But if your overall calories are still down for the week, we're still losing weight each week. That's the plan. It will fluctuate. It isn't a linear process. It's not just going to drop by, 100 grams a day. It's not just going to happen like that consistently forever. Some days you'll be more dehydrated, something like you say, hormonal cycles. It changes. And it's nothing to worry about. Just have faith that your diet's good. If you're a pound down on a Friday, you've done the right thing. And if the next Friday you're another pound down, you've done the right thing.
Yeah, but then again, if you weigh yourself the following Friday and you're a pound heavier, then you probably have fucked up somewhere.
Then we need to address something.
But like weighing yourself on the Friday morning when you're at your lightest, possibly, because that's how you're running your diet, and then weighing yourself on a Monday morning after you've enjoyed a freedom at the weekends, which you've probably planned to do anyway, is no different to weighing yourself in the morning, naked, after a toilet visit, and then getting dressed, having a massive breakfast, drinking a pint of water, and then getting back on the scales 30 minutes later and then thinking you've put weight on. It's just complete madness. So I think we've covered everything.
Yeah.
I know it's very hard to take emotion and look at things logically when you're dieting, especially if you've failed a lot of times, but just take a step back, take in what we've just said, and just put a bit of logic to it all. Has your weight actually gone up? Probably not. Weigh yourself at the right time, first thing in the morning, and this is actually what I'm doing with the new 12-week transformation group. Normally they were checking in with me on a Sunday. I've actually given them the option of checking in on a Friday morning or a Sunday morning now, for this exact reason, because some of them are wanting to do what I basically did in my transformation. They want to go lower calorie Monday to Friday to allow some freedom at the weekends. So giving them that Friday morning check-in option just allows them to check in, get some feedback, but not have that mental worry of inaccurate check-in measurements.
Speaking of the 12-week transformation, how's it going? The new course?
It's going very well.
Week 2?
We are, yes, halfway through week 2. Week 1 is always a bit of guesswork. They need to get used to the workouts and stuff, iron out any creases, but all good. A few people lost about half a stone. Again, not all body fat. That's down to, I think, some of them just stuffing their faces before day 1. But yeah, looking forward to the next few weeks. A few of them are getting a bit giddy about the whole process, thinking it's easy. So I need to rein that in a bit, because they're in for a shock when we get to weeks 8, 9 and 10, etc. But yeah, cannot complain.
Good.
Any updates from you?
2 seminars to give tomorrow. One about building your own diet, and one about myth busting, training and nutrition. Local business wellness day. Then swim session started Saturday, really good session. I threw in a random session, I put it up on my Instagram, and it was a perfect session for someone training in a hotel gym, and how you can apply strength training to that. All you need 1 set of dumbbells, and it is a killer. So hop over to my Instagram, you'll see 3 videos demonstrating it. Yeah, it's a killer. If you're travelling around anywhere, a few of my clients do, I wrote this for that purpose. You can jump in a hotel gym and do that. Also, I've put up the link for, I've compiled all the machine workouts that I did in January and in March. So it's 43 workouts in a PDF that are free. So if anyone wants to pop over, throw your email address into my inbox and I will send you over a copy. I was going to do a ClickFunnels. I realised I haven't got a clue how to do them. So yeah, my technology work is still not great. But yeah, if you want 43 free conditioning and strength workouts, just little quick ones, some 10 minutes, some half an hour, just moving in around there, then yeah, head on over and I'll send you a PDF. I think I've got about 20 people I need to send them to this afternoon. Apart from that, I'm pretty busy, pretty good. Yeah, just got belt sanded knees, and we're all good. Yeah.
What are you doing at the weekend?
Weekend is my mate's over from Australia, so I'm going to see him. My missus is away in a hen do, so I'm going to eat steak, drink beer, and watch sport.
Very
I
good.
think that's probably the main plan. Yourself, what are you up to?
We are over in Liverpool. Janie's parents are over on Saturday. Well, we're actually over at the moment, but we're going over to Liverpool. We are going for dinner in some place off Lark Lane, I believe. I don't know the name. Yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting my big bald head in the sun. Get myself a bit browner, Pete.
Jesus. I'm gonna have to put a filter on these YouTube videos, or I'm gonna have to get on the beds. I think there's more chance of a filler, to be honest.
I'll look like Mark soon.
Anyone who doesn't know Mark,
Yeah,
he's got these to grow.
yeah.
Yeah, if you see a bunch of drunken reprobates on a hen do, might be Hazel in Liverpool. Yeah, buy her a drink or something. Get a drunk. Keep her away for a few more nights so I can watch some more sport and drink beer. I've recently converted Scott to a bit of
Oh,
a bit
tell,
of a-
tell them about it, Pete.
Scott's been known to give Matthew Dardy some grief because Matthew Dardy's turned into a bit of a beer
Wanker.
bellend, yeah. Analysing pale ales, all this stuff. I think he knows a lot. And he drinks some beer that smells like socks. He tries some awful stuff.
Minging beers.
But I found if anyone's not had this, and if anyone knows that they can sponsor me, Punk IPA Elvis Juice is the business.
Yeah.
Grapefruit flavoured pale ale I stumbled across. It's mixed up with a protein shake or something. I don't know how I found it. I wouldn't ever be found in the beer aisle. But it's beautiful.
Fantastic drink. Yeah. Grapefruity. How strong is it? 6.5%.
6.5%. Does a job.
Yeah, so 3 of them after work on a Friday. You certainly sleep well on a Friday night. And it's turned me into a bit of a beer wanker.
It's because Matt's away. Matt's away on his honeymoon, so someone's had to replace.
Yeah, I've gone from gin wanker to a beer wanker. Maybe I'm just generally a wanker.
Yeah, alcohol wanker.
Yeah.
Just when booze is concerned. But yeah, and we talk about health and nutrition and we're advertising beer and gin at the end of
I
it.
think we need to stop this podcast now. Pull the plug.
Sun's shining, might go for a pint. We've not spoke about the Joshua Brooks burgers either.
Nah.
Yeah, we're gonna make a regular thing of our. If you don't like seeing us eat a lot of food, now might be a good time to stop.
We're gonna do. I had a great idea of doing an eating challenge.
I took all of no persuasion.
Yeah, but now I've looked into it, I've sort of shit my pants a bit because they look quite daunting. There was one at Infamous Diner, 7 stacks of free pancakes, so 21 pancakes in total. I've recently found out a few people have tried it and got halfway through. There is some big American geezer on YouTube that did it. I can't remember what his name is. I think he's quite popular in the food challenge world.
It was his 400th victory at food challenges.
But he was a monster and he really struggled, didn't he?
So you have 20 seconds
Yeah,
left.
about 20 seconds left. I mean, these pancakes look like pillows. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to give that one a go. We found a burger one in Swinton, which looked, I was going to say looks achievable. But
Yeah, it looks enjoyable.
Yeah,
so
it looks
nice. Yeah,
enjoyable.
so I'm a big fan of the burger.
So yeah, if anyone knows any eating challenges in the Manchester area, let us know. Neither of us are dieting at the moment, so we might as well, make the most of it.
And then way more on a Monday.
Yeah, and then we'll jump straight on the scales and cry ourselves to sleep.
If we do an eating challenge, we will have to do before and after weight.
Oh, brilliant.
We'll have to see what damage we do.
Go on a depletion diet for a week and then
So
do
your
an eating
stomach
challenge.
shrinks.
Oh yeah, that won't be good, will it?
2 burgers and cry.
Just live off Elvis juice for a week then.
That's pretty much what I plan to do this weekend, to be honest.
Right, pull the plug. This is getting
let's
ridiculous.
wrap that up before we talk too much about beer and burgers when
Yeah.
we were supposed to be talking about weight loss and training.
Yeah,
Right, we love you all.
love you more.
Well, we like some of you.
Goodbye, YouTube.
Bye bye.